It is December 5th, 2024. Oh. Alright. 2 days ago, up at Ronhofer Nissan, some guy came in and he sat down and he's on the phone. He said nobody showed up today. He said they all found out they lost their mats. Good. And who would have thought that's what was going on? Don't act slow. Don't even act incompetent or slow around me. They told you in 18. Okay? And then repeatedly through the case. Don't even act slow. Ignorance is not tolerable. Okay? Not tolerable. Well, we all know last time when they were up here, they were talking about them selling her. Oh, yeah. Talk about it in Akron and everywhere else. Okay? So, today at Bob Evans on 62, some idiot in our family is sitting over there for the cartel. Will send anything for before. Well, it was drug dealer Pete, and it was drug confessions and photoshopping and washing in a drug scam idiot. Your drug cartel. Because that's who's saying stuff. And some guy looked at his phone and said, none of this is funny. They said it was drug dealers doing it like they just found out. Don't even go there. I gotta use the bathroom. Some guy came in, he was talking. He said, we found out she helped save lives. And people are running around making fun of her. And she helped save lives. None of this is funny. No, it's not. See, I had my car looked up. I looked at my Bluetooth was working fine, then all of a sudden it wouldn't work. I could answer it, but they couldn't hear me back. And then it's a new car, and it just seemed like it got stuck in where it wouldn't go. It was almost like a low gear. So I was having to look at it. Found out it was on the wrong setting. But they couldn't get it to work either when they changed my oil a month ago. See, about a month ago I was up there, and there's all these cars driving by. And there's two Latino guys by the front window. Said her husband at the time didn't want her anymore, so he sold her. So what's the big deal about it? The guy said it's illegal in this country. That's why there's so many cars driving by. Now, I want you... One thing I don't really talk about, on the recorded line, that agent even asked me if I knew Dave was cheating. I said, I think he is, but I don't know. He started laughing. He told that other agent she doesn't know if he's cheating. I said, well, I've never caught him with anybody, but I think he is, because there's money missing, and then somebody impersonating me costing me a job, and da-da-da-da-da. I said, but I've never caught him. She's never caught him. He's giggling like it's the funniest thing on earth. What was funny about it? They acted like two drunken cats on a bar stool, laughing at a rape victim being scammed by a drug dealer. It was that bad. And then you gotta think, they said they photoshopped all their lives. They said that in 18. And then you think of all the crazy lies they've said. Yeah. Because one of the satanic and morbid lies was Okay, now if you walk in and you catch your spouse cheating, what would you do? You would hit him, you'd yell, you'd scream, run out of the room, you'd overreact. Never in any situation would you grab yourself and start being weird with yourself. Ever. Ever. Never happened. Ever. That was one of their lies. And it's like, that is so sick. Who would even fall for that lie? But it shows you the morbid mentality of them. You walk in and find your husband with a mistress, you wouldn't grab yourself and start being weird. That's disgusting. You wouldn't do it anyways, let alone, that's so sick, it's gross. But it shows the morbid, satanic mentality and the ignorance of these crackheads that did it to me. So where they said they photoshopped all their lies, it makes you wonder. Where they photoshopped a shower scene of me washing in the other room. Makes you wonder what all, because they're supposed to raise some guy named Chris out of the room. Never had a Chris in my house. They said he was one of the main people hurting me. They talked about a Chris around me. But I never had a Chris in my house. Okay? But those agents laugh and laugh and laugh at me. Now you got to think, is any of the situation funny? You call the hotline. You have 4 attempts on your life. 2 are documented by the Perry police. You got witnesses of the other ones. And then on a call saying it's them trying to have you killed. People impersonating and costing you a job. Where's any of that funny? For any reason? It's not. None of that's funny. And where they freak out because you called the FBI hotline. So they drug you up so bad so they can figure out what to do. That agent calls, I'm so drugged up I can't answer the phone, let it go to voicemail. Wake up later, have to stagger to the bathroom, to the refrigerator, holding on the wall, got back in bed, listened to the voicemail, this is agent, da-da-da-da-da, call me back, fall back to sleep, I can't. They keep me drugged up so they can get to him. And it's like a bad joke. In walks my husband at the time with his prostitute girlfriend in the drug cartel. 2 pimps, 2 drug dealers, and a cult leader. And confess. Dave's saying I got a prostitute girlfriend that's 18 and I'm 60. So I hired this drug dealer, part of the cartel, to stalk her. The cult leader said, we've been trying to have her killed because I called her a figure 15 years ago. It's a medication error, but I made it up to cover up my son's adultery. I thought she was following him and his mistress, and it was my sister following her husband. And I ordered it. And Dave's like, I hired him because I got an 18-year-old prostitute drug cartel girlfriend and I'm 60. These are the 2 drug dealers I hired to harm my wife that we've been trying to have killed. So we're running a drug scam on her. We got fake sodium pentothal reports. We've been drugging her to get the truth out of her. We framed her. Photoshopped a shower scene in the other room to make her look weird, and our drug cartel tapes and our scam. They can't arrest them for being stupid. By federal law, for him hiring Pete to harm me and trying to have me murder, conspiracy to commit murder is 20. Can be life without parole. Then you have attempts on my life, and they're confessing to a federal police officer's son. And for a pathetic reason that somebody called somebody a faker 15 years ago and it was a medication error. And then that agent going around telling all the churches he's going to help them. He's going to turn me back over to him. He don't care I'm being drugged, being raped, a victim by the cartel. And Carl hired him to get rid of somebody they didn't want in one of their guys' lives. They've been trying to have him murdered, so they hired the cartel to frame him. They didn't arrest them all. Had him nailed. Case should have never started. And then where I found by the third day I get up and I make myself get up, get enough air in my face, call one of my witnesses that I gave the hotline, went out and bought a card, put that agent's number from the voicemail, go down to the, make an excuse to go down the mall. Our manager puts that card with that agent's number in a locker, go up to Apostolic Church of Barberton. He's up there tattling on me. And Pamela yelling at Dave, my God, I had an FBI agent. My office is right there. I walk off, screaming, how dare you bring the FBI up here with threats on her life. Women walk up, he knows she's being drugged, beaten, raped, and he said he didn't care. I'm covered in bruises, lost 18 pounds. I thought it was a dirty well water or showering in killing me because it's the only thing new. You have no memory of any of the attack or ever seeing or talked to anybody. How would you like to take a drink out of a 2-liter Diet Coke? The room go dizzy and black, wake up hours later, throwing up, dizzy, almost passing out, giant bruises and severely infected. Wake up with injection marks and the same thing. And to find out strangers have been drug beating, raping you, and human trafficking you under drugs, and men have been violating you like that. They've been selling you on porn sites, your grandchildren on kiddie porn sites. They did a dumbass stunt of photoshopping, washing in the other room, and date rape, amnesia, drug confessions, because you don't remember anything. They reviewed my neighbor Mike in the bar, and he told people he was an astronaut and tried to tell me he was a New York cop. He stoned out his mind. They roofied Marshall's kid twice. I've met her, and she moved out of the area for safety. She don't know what happened to her. They better never down. My coworker Dar got roofied in a bar, got taken and raped. Don't even remember meeting him. Her friend said that she was talking and acting fine. She just remembers taking a drink out of a bar. This is in my private home. The human traffickers violating people in their homes. It's documented. I was framed by the drug cartel. It was a drug cartel in my home. Okay? They've hired the cartel. Nobody else drugs anybody but the cartel. Okay? So I walk in and I sit down. Women walk up. He knows she's being drugged, being raped. He said he didn't care if she was going to be faking she was sick, faking she got well, when that family was grieving. Strangest 15-year-old baby alive when it was a medication error. Medical malpractice almost killed me. He even knew it. Dave told him. He just needed to get rid of me real quick when he thought I was following Tim and Katie and it was Linda. It's 15-year-old lie. And a baby lie on top of that. And if she was going to be mean to their women, he's going to turn her back over to them. Can you imagine an agent saying that? Dave comes in, let's go, screams at me for calling the FBI on him, threatens my life, goes for a loaded gun. I put my hand on the console, went back to beating me in the truck, almost jumped on the highway. Ran from him when I got home. Next day, I call that agent back. Tell him someone told me. Calls me a liar. I tell him about the guy that threatened to knife me at Giant Eagle. Calls me a liar, starts screaming about a camera above the bench. I said, well, he tried to kidnap me before. Before I could say Terry Coberly seen him, he's like, oh, come on now. I've met with that family in my office. I met with all those church people. I know they're trying to kill you because you were faking you were sick and faking you got well. That family was grieving. A 15-year-old baby lie. I said, look, I really was sick. He's like, you liar. What? And he starts screaming at me. He knew there were conspiracy and attempted murder, which are federal crimes, and he didn't arrest them with his own confession on a recorded line. It was his job and his sworn duty to arrest them for confessing. Okay? And he starts screaming about a camera by the bench. You don't know, I'll put you in jail. You hear me, I'll arrest you. You either say it or I'll put you in jail. So it's like, fine, whatever. Do you know he let a serial killer go? Found out he had killed my one co-worker, Lori's family member, and when another co-worker took her niece. He let a serial killer go. He works with the Florida human traffickers. So does Michelle. Big truck guys. They all work together grabbing people. That's who was in my home. That's who Pete is. Okay? That or he works. We all work for the king from Texas. We are his men. Dave hired us. He's a drug lord. Now, I know Michelle writes with the Florida group. Huh? The Florida human traffickers that go along with the guy in the white van, tall white guy with black hair, with the other guy, truck guys, they all work together grabbing people. That's who he hired. Huh? But the Iraqis that showed up, the Middle Eastern one, said they all work for the king from Texas. I found out the other drug lord in this area was a Russian. Where this whole thing's a pond between them two. I know this ain't a big scam. Okay? I said, what are you, he said, no, I say you're faking you're sick before. Well, that's ridiculous. 6 to 10 surgeries, muscles locked up, went to a bunch of crackpots, falsely diagnosed. I swelled from my feet to my brain and went into many heart attacks, seizures, brain swelling, thyroid, adrenal gland shut down, and took another doctor to tell me how big crackpots they were, and they were the ones causing it with the wrong medication. They were known for lying, falsely diagnosing people, ripping off their insurance, making them so sick to do unnecessary procedures, and getting kickbacks from drug companies. And it took me 9 months to get well. Okay? I said I really was sick. He's like, you liar, you say it or I'll leave you there. I said, but they'll try to kill me, so. They've tried to kill me, so. I said, or he said, you either say it or I'll leave you there. I said, I really was sick. He's like, you need to realize what you've done, and I don't blame him for trying to kill you. He actually says that. Like an investigator said, I listened to the recorded line. That agent does talk to her like that. He admits he don't care that someone is being drugged, being raped. He don't care that a cult's trying to murder somebody for a made-up lie. He don't care about nothing. Okay? He said, you need to realize what you've done. I don't blame him for trying to kill you. A 15-year-old baby lie? Are you fucking kidding me? Conspiracy to commit murder with attempted murder? And you're aiding and abetting a cult? Are you serious? I said I really was sick before. He said, you say it or I'll leave you there. But they're trying to kill me. So, they've tried to kill me. So. You say it or I'll leave you there. Please don't let him kill me. Start begging for my life. You either say it or I'll leave you there. It's like, fine, just don't let him kill me. Okay? Why would the FBI help a person like you? I said, well, they're going to try to kill me. It's his sworn duty. I said, and he said, so? I said, they've tried to kill me. So? Give me a real reason. Like premeditated murder is not good enough for the FBI. And the other agent yells out the drug dealer's name. The rapist. A drug dealer that Dave hired on his own. He told people to hire Pete on his own. I found out later. We could always use Pete's tape of Weird With Herself, the shower scene in the other room, where they made fun of FBI agent John. June 7th, 23. He actually fell for the stunt of tapes before. Oh, come on out. That FBI agent actually fell for it. It was only a stunt. You're kidding? You mean that FBI agent John actually fell for stunt of tapes before that were only a stunt? Is that what's going on? Ha 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 ha. June 7th, 23, 10:11 in the morning. Eric confessed November 18th, 22. All the tapes before were me and not her, and it was my idea to come up with it, my idea to do it, my idea to say, for all these people turned on her, and they fell for it. For the beginning of the case, the little old white man showed up at Walmart 62, woke up with another bruise, showed up and said, for every idle word you're telling us, I'll turn it on you. You try to leave Dave a list, your child molester. You know that bruise on your leg, I used sodium pentothal on you. You know what you said? No, I never talked to him. He stabbed me in my sleep. With a date rape amnesia drug, something about wearing this one nightgown, bending over and probably accidentally seeing your butt in a life of paying for it. You try to leave David threats to me again. I got away from that freak. Right in front of the feds and the cops. Admitted he was drugging me up, telling me to say lies, and he worked for Dave. And then on from, they photoshopped all their lies, they made everything up on me. They drugged me and told me to say all kinds of stuff. And laughed in my face how they framed me. It was a cartel. Okay? And I could go through a long list of It's documented by the police. I was framed by the cartel. And it was a cartel in my home. August of 23, Officer Mark told people that. Okay? All right. So, then he does that thing. Do you know if your husband's cheating on you? I said, well, I think he is, but I don't know. And he starts giggling like it's funny. That's where I don't really mention it. And he acts like it's really funny. And what's funny about that? I've never caught him. And he starts laughing. She never caught him. I said, I've never caught him with anybody. I think he is. Some lady impersonated, cost me a job. Money was missing. And then where he held me down, how he hired some guys to kill me for his girlfriend. I think he's cheating. I said, but I've never caught him. And he starts laughing like it's the funniest thing on earth. What's funny about him? Nothing. Okay? So then he's like, give me a real reason why. After he got done with the thing, he said, well, we could always use Pete's tape, but weird with yourself. And I said, what are you talking about? Because Photoshop showering. March 1st to 3rd, 21, they put two clothes together, put her in a porn, it's not her, it's them. The one you're describing as showering, ha 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 ha, she figured out what they did. May 12th, 22 at noon, May 26th, 22 at noon, shower scene done in the other room. February, March of 22 in Navarre, they tell them that Pete ordered everything to be drugged, Photoshop made up on me, to edit at the Oakland apartment, December 9th, 21, 4 p.m, that everything is them and not me, and it's just a bunch of men doing crimes down here, same day, white man involved with dark eyes distributing food at the Stark County Hunger Task Force on 9th Street. They always knew the tapes before were them and not me, so they never said a word. They made a frame in March 24th, 22, 1:30. I told you it's like endless, and then I got a whole long list of drugs and told to say it. Okay. That's where he said something about Pete. Well, I've never met him. I've never met my rapist. He's still free. The only Pete I know is my brother Medina. I don't even know who he's talking about. I said, what are you talking about? Stop. She don't know. Well, then I bet you're going to say you don't know anything about this doctor selling your information. HIPAA violations. None of my doctors could ever talk to him. 1 to 5 years, $250,000 fine. Unless you give verbal or written consent, they can never talk to anybody. They're sworn to secrecy. Okay? December 31st, 23, Altman Hospital denounced it that it's some guy impersonating a doctor. And then they denounced those doctors that no one will back the doctors from before. My God, they lied so bad. They said she had brain tumors. There's nothing wrong with her, but her muscles locked up. I found out I do have a heart condition, though. And no one's going to back people, ripping people off, giving them the wrong medication, and making them sick. Cops walked by, all those doctors were lying before. Yes. Is the medication making her sick? None of this is funny. Okay. Alright. Since it's a made-up guy, I don't even know what he's talking about. Well, some other lady used my insurance for like 15 years, stuck me with a lot of co-pays, and I thought maybe it was one of her. No, it's just a scam. Okay? And he's laughing at me. She don't know. No, I don't know what a drug dealer scam was doing behind my back. Idiot. That's where they made a public fool out of you. A bunch of drug dealers made a fool out of you. Then they asked me if, give me a real reason. I tell them about my brother-in-law Craig that died working for the government. He asked me if I talked to any law enforcement up there. The only 2 officers that I talked to, August 8th of 18, had a light in the security system. They told me it looked like an alien orb or an angry spirit. And they told me to buy a dog and let a dog handle it. Somebody else came on my property. They didn't want bothered up there. And he's like, you're kidding. And I said, no, matter of fact, I've never even had my neighbors in my home. I've had repair guys, installation guys, and family. I don't know what you're talking about. Is that what's going on? Then he offers to take me somewhere, leaving me with no money. And then he offers me an informant program if I agree to get information on Dave and the churches. It comes with $5,000 a month, and I told him I could do that. It's a job, a life of peace as an informant. Nothing legally stated, dated against you again, and only for you would we ever do this for. We'll always put it back as if it never happened, and you can't be legally charged for anything again for working this case, and you'll have that money to live on.
But if you try and admit to no wrongdoing, I'll take care of everything in the end. Okay? But if you try to tell someone else you're crazy, no one will help you. 14th Amendment, you cannot withhold protection. You cannot seize somebody in money but due process of law. First Amendment, only a judge can put a gag order on you. And in my case, it becomes stupid because he's already running around telling everybody, seen by the police telling on me, then admitted on a recorded line and seen by hundreds telling on me, telling on a victim calling for help. Fourth Amendment, nobody can be in your home but protect all cases with statements in a court order. Only police and agencies in a protected custody case with statements in a court order. It's entrapment if they do it. Otherwise, they're stalking tapes, and that's why the cops call these stalking tapes. They're stalking tapes from the cartel. You also have the right to remain quiet and a right to an attorney. And you have the right to a fair court trial, bail, and bond, and you have all these rights, and you have the right that nobody can withhold protection and nobody can just take your money. I found out that agent stole my money on the first day. That's why he did it. I have talked to a criminal attorney, the prosecutor's office. Please, that agent does not have enough authority to ask anybody to stay quiet. He's only a hired police officer who's only bullying you. The police would know that. He cannot bully you into false statements under threats. The police know they can't go along with it. He can't tell you can't say anything. He's only a hired police officer. He cannot withhold your money, get the money only for working your case, and he can't make up his own rules. Criminal attorney, prosecutor's office, and police. You have rights. It's the United States of America, so shysters can't steal from you and run scams on you. That agent fed me to the cartel. And see, the marshal showed up January 20th, 23, where one friend said he had a friend on the police department knew about the case that agent opened 2.5 hours ago. 2.5 hours away from here. We met in Worcester, an hour away from here, halfway between. And the U.S. Marshals came with him and went over the case and how they're going to, me and him were talking while they're watching. Walk outside with the U.S. Marshals. We're going to be taking care of this. My one neighbor went to Faith Family Church in 19, where Michelle, I didn't know about her till she showed up there in January, February of 19, said she dated Dave. They called her Michelle. She was with the Florida human traffickers telling people she could have anybody drugged, being raped. She just had to ask the guys. They said they had mind-controlling drugs, and they could control anybody with their drugs. They were selling the login to the case there. Okay? I didn't even know what they were talking about until she showed up in January, February of 19. Okay? I found innocent of everything in Karen around the house. Karen's FBI informant. He stole every dime and fed me to the cartel. One of my neighbors that was at Faith Family Church in 19 and seeing the big truck guys telling people they were FBI working my case. And I told him they were cartel. Well, he went to the U.S. Marshals, and inside the U.S. Marshals office, there was one of the guys where the Marshals have been following me around. They had actually rescued him from the drug cartel. And they saved his life. Where the police have come out to me, you need to be proud of yourself for what you lived through. Because of everything you lived through, we got so much information on these people. You helped save a lot of lives. You need to be proud of what you lived through. Because of what you went through. We got all that information and evidence on these people. And you helped save a lot of lives. I cried for days. I still cry when I think of it. At least people will see. My skull was crushed in. I was human trafficked. I was raped. I was tortured. I was almost shot in the head driving. I got a dent in the back of my head where I was stabbed in the neck, bashed in the head, beaten, raped, and left for dead. I had to hide on a shooting night. By Christmas 18, my ex caught the shooters they killed too. I lived through hell. fed meat to them and let them sell videos of them hurting. Everybody turned him in. Where the one drug lord bet nobody would do anything right, he lost. The marshals have been doing everything right. Some of the police that are helping them are doing a lot right. My neighbor did what was right. There's still good people out there and good, honest officers that take their sworn duty seriously. Everybody turned Agent John in. That's how you stop. That's why they didn't want anybody to tell. Because they wanted to get away with murder here. That's what they've told people too. They wanted to get away with murder here. They've actually got away with murder. I gotta go into work. At least somebody. You gotta meet one of the people they saved. Thank God for the U.S. Marshals and the sheriffs that work in the case. I'm gonna pull up this.